Ellymentry Papercrafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. Today I'm going to use hand-penned petals to make an A6 card. Not my usual size, I know, but just having a bit of a change today. So let's see who's in the house. So you've got Jan. Hello, Jan. Lovely to have you with us. Rosie, good to see you too. Is Adam on board today? And Anne. Hi, Anne. Lovely to see you along. How's Norman today? Hope he's okay. So I think Esther. Hello, Esther. You having a good weekend? Adam's here and says hello. Hi, Adam. Love it when you come along. I've let Hilary know that we're on, so she might pop along in a minute. So what's everybody been up to today? Anybody been crafting or shopping, buying any nice goodies? I've just been chatting and doing a bit of prep. So I will share with you that... Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming along. I will share with you that I actually had a complete brain freeze this morning and I really didn't know what I was going to do today. So I've been messing around on and off for the morning, trying to think of what I'm going to do. I did try out a 3D project that I thought of from way back when. And I do know how to do it now, but it took so long faffing about that I decided to do something a bit more plain and simple this afternoon. So yeah. Okay, well, looks like we've got several here, so I'm gonna crack on. Okay, so hand pen petals, that's where I started today. And even though I've had this a long time, it's been out about a year, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't really played with it enough, so I haven't, I'm just really I'm actually really only just working out that these stamps colouring these images. So there you go, that's how much I've used it. Dreadful. Hello, Heidi. Thanks for coming over. So yeah, let's get started. So first thing first is I've taken some soft seafoam cardstock and I didn't really measure. I just took a card base and just sort of went got some card and sort of thought, oh yeah, that kind of idea I kind of like, yeah, and cut it down a little bit to fit where I thought would look good, and that's just all I did. And it's ended up that it measures 1 3/4 inches by, I think it's 4 1/8, yeah. So this would have been a piece of A4 cardstock and I just cut it in half. Oh, can we all have a coffee, please, Jan? One. So now with this, at first I was on the card as it is and maybe use... Jan wants to know if Esther's stalking her, and Esther's actually admitted it. Yes, she is. Anyway, yeah, I was just going to emboss it and then just leave it solid, but I actually thought it's too much of the card if I leave it solid. So what I decided to do was cut a bit out. So I found this die, which is in Painted Labels dies. And I thought I would, first of all, I was thinking of cutting it right out of the middle. And then I decided to cut it at each end. So that's what I'm going for. So let's just get some tape to stick that down. And I'm trying to get it centered. I don't really mind how far it is from the top. That's not really, really important that it needs to be a particular measurement, but I just thought it'd look nice if it was squared within in the width. just talk amongst yourselves while I get this cut out on my machine. This is when I could do with 2 dies the same, so I could do it all in one go. Yes, Adam, we sure are having a good day, and it's always made better by your presence. Adam, have you made anything interesting lately? Okay, so that's my 2 pieces cut out, and this label actually, it really embosses a lovely kind of detail around the edge here. So just seeing if you can see it, if I bring it up maybe a little bit closer. But yeah, it embosses like an almost double line around there. It's really beautiful. Obviously I'm not using those today, but I put them to one side, and when I need a label or something, I can use it. And you also get that embossed edge onto this part as well, which will look really quite interesting. Although I'm actually going to emboss these with a folder, but you know, if you weren't going to do that, it's nice to know that you do get some sort of effect there. So let's have a look. Adam's practicing scoring and box making. Oh wow, Adam, that's amazing. I'd love to see what you make. I just had a great Saturday. She's only got 25 minutes left until it's Sunday. That's like really hard to understand, isn't it? Very elegant, Ellie. Thank you. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is use these 2 embossing folders. They're called Stripes and Splats, and they come in a set together. And I'm just going to use them both. So I'm just popping this inside each folder, and I will run that through my machine as well. I hope everyone else has got this beautiful warm sunny day today. It's been gorgeous. I've had my window open all morning, but I've had to close it just now for this because it can get a bit noisy. Oh, Hilary, did it not just come straight on when you clicked on the link? You haven't missed much anyway, honestly. I've just cut some card, cut a shape out of these 2 pieces of card using this die, and used the 2 embossing folders to emboss it. That's all you've missed. Okay, I'm glad you're here now. I bet you've got washing on the line, haven't you, Esther? I know you only too well. So does anybody else have problems? Do you click on the link and you go straight there? How, you know, how is it for everyone else? Now, how do I want this? I'm kind of thinking, not quite sure. I might place this when I've done my topper. I'll decide how I want to do this. You went to talk about Matt about getting our 3rd load out. Right, we'll get Matt on it, all right, because you've got something more important to do now. I think I might do it like this or like that. Yeah, it's going to go something like that anyway. So meanwhile, I'm just going to use one of our masks. Now, the mask I'm going to use is still available in this catalogue, which runs till the end of June. And it's on page 65, and there's a set of 6 here. And this is the one I'm using. Now, as usual, I'm only going to do this quite lightly. It's not a feature of the card, it's just something in the background. So I'm going to grab a blending brush. So Jan says, I've done nothing, lazy bones. Well, Jan, it's only 9:25 in the morning. I wouldn't have done much at that time of day. Right, let's have a little meeting here, girls. When I stamp flower images, I'm going to be using Old Olive. So do you think it would be nice to use Old Olive for this little bit of masking, or shall I stick with the soft seafoam? What do you think? Anne's made soup again. You're getting really good at making soup, aren't you? Used to be the thing I was always doing. I think you've taken over from me now. I don't make it very often at all. I've gone off it a bit, I'm afraid, but there you go. So have we got any preferences? Sue's going for Old Olive. We got one seafoam. Right, okay. Right, we've got 2 for seafoam. So seafoam's the winner so far. The winner so far. Seafoam again. Is that Rose's choice or Adam's? Because if it's Rosie and Adam, it's got 2 votes, hasn't it, in that there? So that's 4 votes for seafoam. Could be 5. We just get a confirmation from Adam's corner. I think Adam should have his own ID, and then we could tell Adam's here. Right, I'm going to go with soft seafoam then. That seems to be the most popular. So let's just make sure there's nothing too dark on here. It is my light green one, so let's get the worst off of that. That looks okay. There we go. So again, just very lightly. And I don't want to distort this, so I'm hanging on to it as best I can. I suppose, I've used some masking paper, tape, whatever, to hold this down. That'll do. That's all I want. Actually, that's plenty. So I've just dropped I've gently dropped my mask into the bowl where the water is to clean it. However, I've really realised there's no water in it, so it's not going to get clean just now. Oh dear. So now, as you can see, when I pop that on, you get a little bit of that showing through and a little bit around the edges. And I think that's pretty damn good. Okay, so it's going to go something like that. It might go like that or that. I'm not sure yet, but you'll see in a minute when I do the next bit. So I'm bringing in my stamping, what is this called? Is this a stamping pad? I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, I'm using that because I'm going to be using the photopolymer stamp, and you need something underneath to get a good stamping. Now I'm going to go with crumb cake for this. Is it a piercing mat? Oh, right. I thought it was a stamping mat. Okay. I'm going to use crumb cake to do the outline, because when I'm using a flower stamp with lighter colours, I don't really like that harsh line around the outside. So I'm going to use the crumb cake just to get a light outline. So I don't know what this was called because I didn't order it. My Stampin' Up grandmother bought me this for Christmas. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so lift that, and we've got a nice, lovely, nice stamped image there. Now, don't faint, everyone. I'm using pink, polished pink, okay? I know it's a bit of a shock, and some of you might need to lie down. Now, from the stamp set, it did take me a while to work this out because, as I say, I haven't played with it for a very long time. Yeah, so these stamps here are brilliant. They colour it in for you. So this one here is the larger flower. Then you've got this one that colours in that one, the smaller one there, and these two go on these ones here. Okay. The flowers are upside down. What? On here. Yeah, I was just waiting for you to tell me. I was just seeing if anyone was going to notice. It does look very pink, Anne, but when it's stamped, it's not. I've used this one before, and you've seen it in my previous ones. But I agree with you. It does look very bright. Okay, so now I'm going to use that bigger one and work out which way round it stamps. Now, this does look like a watercolour effect, so it doesn't colour in the whole image and right to the edges. Okay, so it is supposed to be a kind of watercolour, not quite a wash, but that effect. So then that one there is this one. Oh, hello, Cindy. Oh, I'm sorry you've had to have a night with somebody who's not been very well, but lovely of you to keep an eye on her. She's very lucky to have a friend like you. So as you can see, Anne, it's not as bright as you might have thought. So let's come in with this one. I'm not quite sure which way around. Sometimes it does take a while to work out which way round these stamps go, but because it's that kind of watercolour effect, you don't actually have to be bang on precise every time. So then I want this one here. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. So I'll just clean this block off. Okay, who's moved my Stampin' Scrub? Here it is. So let's pop that one on. It's much paler than you thought it was going to be, isn't it, Anne? Which is why I can live with this pink. Well, I wouldn't actually say live with it, but I can cope. Oh, Cindy says that her friend did sleep, so that's good. You didn't actually have to do any work as such, just be there in case of anything. So let's pop that on there. So that gives you a very sort of abstract kind of coloured flower. And then I decided to use Old Olive for the foliage. Again, Old Olive was not one of my favourite colours. I don't know why I've got against poor Olive, but she never really did it for me. But the more I've come to using it, I've come round again like I have with the polished pink. Stamped it earlier and thought, actually, yeah, it is a good colour for my greens. Esther says she is a lovely vintage bird. Wow. Not quite sure what to say about that. A vintage bird. So, Olive, you get that? You're a lovely old vintage bird. Phoebe, hi. Lovely. Great that you got here. I do appreciate it. So Cindy says, Old Olive and Certainly Celery have been my faves. Right, Certainly Celery, can't say that, is before my time. Right, so in with the leaf. And again, this is very watercolory, so it's not going to cover the whole leaf. Put that in there. I think maybe could have got away with using the smaller leaf here, but it's okay. I'm going with the big ones. Let's have a look at the smaller ones, see if it's... Okay, that fits nicely in there. And I guess if you do want to fill it in a little bit more, you can always come in a bit with the smaller one and just do a bit of second generation and just fill in those bits if it's what you'd like to see. So that's all I do for colouring in that. It's so simple, isn't it? Right, so that's my stamp pads all out of the way. And now there is a die, of course, to cut the image out to make it easier for us. So that is just one of the lovely things about Stampin' Up. They do make dies to go with so many of their stamp sets so that you can make your cards really easily. So Heidi says, wow, that looks pretty, Ellie. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, didn't know it was Mother's Day over there. We had Mother's Day about 6 weeks ago, I think. Was it March the 20th, everybody? I can't remember. It was March sometime anyway. Oh, it's tomorrow. Yeah, Sunday would be, yeah. So, Anne, did Linda send anything over for you for Mother's Day tomorrow? So Google said it was the 19th of March. Okay, I'll believe you. I'm, not brilliant on dates. Although the 19th of March was a Saturday and it's Mothering Sunday, isn't it? So just saying. Just saying. It's Fred's birthday tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday, Fred. So, Wendy said Mother's Day was the 27th. I think you're right, actually, yeah. I do seem to remember that I had a card class on the 20th. That's why that date's in my mind. Oh, Nika, hello. Thanks for coming along. I think we've seen you before, haven't we? I seem to remember your name. thought you'd know, Anne, because you usually get something from Linda, don't you? You get 2 Mother's Days. Okay, so let's bring back my card base. And this is where we can actually decide, or you can decide, or you can help me to decide about how we put these. So this is going in the middle. So if I show you it like that, and then I'll turn it and see if you think it would look nicer round the other way. And actually it helps me seeing it in my desk and then seeing it on the screen actually gives me a completely different view. So this is, I'm going to do the optician's trick now. This is 1 and 2. Do we like, is 1 better? Or 2? Let's have your votes, please, for 1 or 2. Do you remember this when you've eyes tested? It's when they're showing like the clarity, aren't they? The crispness of the image. I would make a good optician. I did work in opticians twice, actually. So I think I actually would say I am an optician. Oh dear. If you say I'd be good, then I would be a good optician. Okay, so I think we're going for 1, and I wholeheartedly agree with you all. So this was 1, wasn't it? We'll just quickly make sure we're all on the same book here, on the same page. Second Sunday in May and third Sunday in June on Mother's Day and Father's Day, respectively, here. But France has different days, and Great Britain too. Yep, you're quite right, Nika. Yep, we do. So 1 is loveliest. So that's what we're going for. So I'm going to put these down just flat. I'm not going to bring these up in any way. I think we can just do these flat. So using the Tombow multi-purpose glue. And because I've embossed this and it's got some little sort of lumpy bumpy bits, I'm going to put a fair bit of glue on. So Esther went to Specsavers the other day. I know, I saw your new sexy specs that, you know, make you look even more intelligent than you do already. Oh, Jan's going to pass on our birthday wishes when Fred gets up. Who did you bump into then, Esther? Oh, yeah, I didn't get it, did I? Yeah, sorry. Reminds me of many years ago. Hello, Shaz. Nice to have you along. Many years ago when my nephew was just a small child, and he came to the opticians I worked in at the time, and they put the glasses on him, and the optician said to him, have a walk round, have a look outside. And he walked straight into the doorpost, so we figured they weren't the right lenses for him. Right, now I am going to put this up on some dimensionals. I think that would look nice with some dimension. But I've also got some ribbon here, which I was thinking of using, and I didn't know how I was going to use it. So I'm wondering whether to put this on underneath before I actually put this down. So I may be thinking of the breast cancer kind of style. And I could lay that on at an angle, which I think actually it would look nicer at an angle rather than straight on. While you're having a look at that and telling me whether you want the ribbon on underneath and at an angle, Cindy likes it. I'm just going to look for my dimensionals. You know, all my adhesives are in this drawer, but for some reason the dimensionals are never obvious in here. They always take me ages to find. There you are. Look, lovely. I found them quite quickly today. So we're going to go at an angle and we're going to put the ribbon underneath. Okay, everyone, thank you. So I'm going to give this quite a long, I'll give it as much length as I can, and then I can always snip it off afterwards, can't I? So I think we're going to pop that about there, put that at an angle, and then I'll decide about the length of the tails once it's on. So let's just pop, that's going to go underneath. So I'm just going to actually take a piece of double-sided tape. Right. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that. I hadn't envisaged putting it at an angle earlier, so I'm glad I sort of just thought of that at the last minute. I can never get these blooming things off the way others do. Oh, you mean these pieces? You wouldn't have thought of doing this, Cindy? Well, no, I didn't. I have to be honest with you that I didn't at first. I was just going to put 2 solid embossed blocks down. And then when I looked at it, I was just having a play around earlier. And when I looked at it, I thought, it doesn't, it's too much, too many blocks. Don't like that. So there we go. So I'm going to cut the, I'm just going to do this a little bit at a time until we think it's enough. So Esther says stop. So do we think that's the right length, do we? We agreed? Yeah, I think so. Right. Thank you. I'm glad I got it right, everybody. It's nothing like I had in my mind when I started with this card at the beginning. Well, before I even started, to be honest, I didn't really know what I was going to do because I've got a bit of a head today. I'm not a headache, but I just got a fuzzy head. So things were not really going well in the brain this morning when I was thinking about what to do. All right, let's have a look then, see what I've got in here. It's not a lot to choose from. So I got some little pinky ones there. Well, that one's gone. It's on my lap somewhere, but I can't see it. Oh, here we are. Look at that. Won't come off my finger now. So we can have some rhinestone bling. We can have some of these polished dots, which are really nice. These are the wrong colour completely, so they can go back in because we won't be using those today. Need more coffee. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Wink of Stella. Yeah, you know how to get me going, don't you? You know I'm not a wink person, but I've got it, so I'll do it for you girls. So, do we want this all over? Flowers. Right, for those of you who are not Stampin' Up specialists, this puts a really faint kind of, it's not exactly a sparkle. Would you say it's more of a shimmer? I think it's a cross between the two, isn't it? Because it's not a real in-your-face sparkle, but it might be a bit more than a shimmer. Don't confuse the shimmer with the shimmy. If I do that, you'll have to tell me if you can see the sparkle. I don't think you can. I can see it. I'm going to put a bit more on here. Look at that. I didn't want any of it, and now I'm putting more on. Look what you've done to me. You've made me into a Stella girl. Right. Can you, is it showing up at all? Should I bring it even closer, or? I can't see it on the screen, I'm afraid. So, well, you know I've done it, I promise you. Okay, thank you, Cindy. And Jan always needs a sparkly. Right then, so let's see. Now, for these middle of the flowers, do you think a white pearl? Do you think a gemmy gem, a sparkly gem, a pinky one? Or should we go for a polished dots? There's too much to choose from now, isn't there? Oh, Heidi could see it. Good. Unless you push too much. I refrained from pressing push at all because I knew I would get a big splat, which could have matched my splats folder. Now then, okay, can you let me know what you want then? So say pearl, sparkle, pink, or polished. All right, and then my wish is your command. Let's just quickly look at the stamp set and see if there's a let's just pop this away. I probably showed you this before. I always put my dies that match the stamp set into a polythene bag on a magnetic sheet, and so that stays inside there. I do sometimes stick this onto the back so it doesn't fall out, but I've put a little bag here so that anything I cut out and want to keep, I can pop in here. And I often do this if I've made a mask. I could colour the polished dots, but I don't have any alcohol. I don't have the blends, I'm afraid. I've got alcohol, but not the blends. So they might be a bit washed out, mightn't they? We'll see what the general census of opinion is. I'm so organised, I know. I can't help it. In fact, I'm so organised, Jan, that I often get on my own nerves. Claire, good to see you. Hope your head's feeling better. Well, I'm going towards the pearls or the sparkles. Since we've got a little bit of sparkle with the, what's this called? Wink of Stella, then it would complement that. Oh, Heidi's saying polished, polished. The pink, I think we've got enough pink. So I'm not going to use a pink, I'm going against it. Plain polished dots are pretty too. Oh, all right, Cindy, you get off and see to your patient. It's absolutely fine. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. When I can turn my little thingy around. Now, somebody told me this the other day. I tried to use my tweezers to get them off and stick them onto my project, and someone said it wasn't working very well. Someone said, use your snips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a rhinestone. This isn't working either, is it? I'm going to pop a rhinestone in the middle of one. And I'm not going to press it down, so it'll be easier to take it off if we don't like it. I'll put a pearl. And I'll put a polished. Okay. And see which you think you prefer. It's a really delicate card, isn't it, this one? So I'll leave it there for a minute and see what you think. Pick me tool. I don't. Right, can you see now? I don't think I can get it any closer. Rhinestone. Pearls. I think I like the pearls. I'll tell you what I'll do. Look, let me, you know, take notice of several because, all right, we're going with the pearls then. Okay, yep, that's good. We have got a majority of pearls. Whew, I thought I was going to have to use both then, half and half or something to please everyone. But if we've got a majority for the pearls, that's what we're going to do. So I can push that one down and go for this. Oh, well, whoever it was that said about the snips, she was actually right. These are working very easily for me. Look at that. It'll go horribly wrong in a minute. Inika says she likes all three as long as those centers get something. Yeah, I do think the pearls was the right thing. Especially when there's, you know, quite a few of them. If we'd used the sparkly, it might have been too much, you know, too many rhinestones. Although someone's going to say, can I have too much sparkle? Right, now we need to make sure it's not an even number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're okay, girls. It's an odd number. Everything's good. Oops. Just lost a couple of gems across my worktop. Pop those away. You can't use the snips. First time I ever go with it, and I thought it was, you know, I didn't actually think it would work, but you know, it's not very often I'm right, but I'm wrong again, as my mum used to say. Okay, so should we add a sentiment, top or bottom? What do you think? It's a shame I'm not there with you, Cindy, because I could use this little sentiment here, which says, Feel better, friend. You see, we could give that to your friend, and that fits beautifully in there, actually. I think that's what I'm going to do. Do you think that this needs, I might put 3 pearls in a triangle here or something, just to complement that, so we've got something bottom and top. Oh, we've got 2 votes for top, and maybe put 3 pearls down there. Esther says 3 pearls going Dawana Woods. Oh, I love it. I know what you mean. Okay, 3 pearls going Dawana Woods. Dawana Woods. Oh dear, I'm getting really silly now. Okay, are we all... Oh, Anika, if I put 3 on the card, you'll have an even number. Oh, this is so difficult. Right, so everyone agreed this is going at the top? Because I know there's a certain person who usually tells me to put it at the bottom. Yeah, I think we've got more votes with the top. And I think, even though she's not my favourite, Old Olive, I think the vintage old bird is going to get my vote for this, because it's, yeah, I've used a fair bit of pink. I think the soft sea foam, beautiful as it is too pale for the... Oh no, Jan, you've got to go and say bottom, haven't you? Just because I've decided on the top, because that's what we've got the most votes for. Esther saying nothing. I'm going for the top today, all right? And then next time perhaps we'll go for the bottom. Or the middle. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I like that because it's just a small little sentiment, just right for that space. Okay, so back with the pearls. Oh, sorry, Esther, I've done it now. But that's for next time. Yeah, yeah. I can see where you were going with that, but I actually quite like the simplicity of this one. So we're going to go pearls. Now, Esther, were you thinking of putting them perhaps in line here, the 3, in line with this? Okay. Okay, are we finished? I got the vibes through, Esther. They came through. So, do you think we need anything else, or do you think we're finished? You know I don't like things overdone. What were you thinking of the diagonal, Anika? I'm glad you took that away, Esther, because I couldn't make any sense of it. As it is good, yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with it as it is. I don't really... Yeah, less is definitely more, Hills. I think there's plenty there, don't you? Thanks for coming along today. And, you know, I've got to say, the way my head was this morning, I didn't actually really think I was going to get anything onto a piece of card. let alone onto a video. So thanks ever so much for coming along. As usual, thank you all for the thumbs up. And if anyone can manage to share this in any way, I'd be really grateful. And yeah, I'll put all the usual links at the bottom. And I hope to see you all again live next Saturday. Obviously, I want to see you live, alive. And there'll be a recorded video on Wednesday evening as well. Thanks again for coming to watch, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.